Taiwan. I'm Ethan Liu with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Dengue fever cases in the southern city of Tainan have passed 8,000, but the rate of new infections is slowing. The city is at the center of Taiwan's worst dengue outbreak since 2015. The Centers for Disease Control says new cases in Tainan are down by 15% from last week. Workers in the city continue to spray for the mosquitoes that carry the disease and clear stagnant water where they lay eggs. 2 hikers died and 9 more were injured after being swarmed by hornets on the new Taipei City mountain trail on Monday. Over 50 rescue workers rushed to help the group. More than 100 Asian hornets attacked the hikers on the Bafenliao hiking route. 2 individuals were unresponsive. They were later pronounced dead at the local hospital. To avoid attracting dangerous insects while hiking, experts advise wearing light but not bright colored clothes and to refrain from wearing perfumes. Taiwan's export orders have now shrunk for 12 consecutive months. The economy ministry says August numbers were down 16% on the same month last year, hitting $46 billion. It says weakening demand for electronic and communication products are behind the drop as high inflation and interest rates hit consumers. But orders from the optoelectronic industry were an exception, growing at 2.5% year on year. The ministry expects the overall decline will continue in September. Telefraud is common in Taiwan, and with better AI and other digital tools, scams could get even more sophisticated. Joyce Zhen visits a startup that's working to help everyday users protect themselves.
A Taiwanese startup demonstrating its contribution to fighting rampant telefraud in the country. Though the idea behind caller ID is not new, anti-fraud technology like GoGoLooks needs to keep up with a rapidly advancing digital world. With the rise of generative AI and deep fakes, scammers are constantly getting new tools to commit even more sophisticated frauds.
When faking stuff becomes so easy, right? Trust is even more valuable. Our vision is to empower people on the internet to trust with each other, even at the first glance.
Telefraud is common in Taiwan, and not just through phone calls, but also via messaging apps. Between 2019 and 2021, the number of mobile fraud cases exceeded 71,000, with victims losing almost $45 million.
Taiwan is a high-tech island, so that also provides a very good soil for these criminals.
People have even been trafficked to other countries through phone and messaging scams on promises of lucrative jobs. It's gotten to a point where the government has added audio warnings to incoming international calls. Equipping users with the right information to confidently and safely interact in a digital world is this startup's goal. So they've also shared their technology with Taiwan's police, and their software has been commended by President Tsai Ing-wen.
Technology itself probably is neutral, right? So the problem is like who uses it, is a good guy or a bad guy.
Ensuring public safety is no easy feat in a rapidly evolving digital world. Though they won't be seen patrolling the streets, software engineers like the ones at this startup are keeping a watchful eye and doing what they can to equip everyday users with the latest necessary defenses. Andy Xue and Joyce Zhen for TaiwanPlus.
For many in Paraguay, healthcare has long been difficult to access. But now hospitals in the South American country are getting a helping hand from the friend on the other side of the world, Taiwan. Sally Jensen has more.
Paraguay is one of Latin America's poorest countries, with around a quarter of its people living in poverty. And in a country beset by inequality, access to healthcare has for years been one of the biggest social divisions.
Luego, el sistema de salud que llega a otro 60% de la población en muy malas condiciones y un sector privado que no alcanza el 10% y que cubre solamente a los sectores más ricos.
For many here, hospital wait times were long a major obstacle when seeking treatment, as much of the administration was done on paper. But things are changing thanks to a diplomatic ally that happens to be a leader in tech. Paraguay is the only country in South America to have ties with Taiwan. All the others officially recognize China, which sees Taiwan as part of its territory. Left with only 13 allies across the world, Taiwan offers them its assistance in the form of scholarships, investments in small and medium firms, and medical and technological aid. In Paraguay, that meant installing a computerized integrated system for hospitals. Known as the HIS project for Hospital Information System, it keeps track of patients' medical records, expedites prescriptions, and monitors drug stocks.
Podemos decir que es el único país de la región que tiene así un sistema ya integrado donde todos los hospitales públicos tienen como objetivo implementar el mismo sistema, ¿verdad?
HIS started just as Paraguay was reeling from the pandemic. In the 2 years since, it now covers around half the country's population, and project surveys show patients have noticed the difference.
Una seguridad que tenés que llegar al hospital, ¿verdad? Que salir de tu casa. Y llegas al hospital, vas a ser atendida. Y vas a conseguir los medicamentos que necesitas, cosa que antes no había.
The success of the project is one reason Paraguay's new president, Santiago Peña, says he intends to keep ties with Taiwan. On a recent trip to Paraguay, Taiwan's vice president and presidential hopeful Lai Ching-te stressed the importance of the two nations' ties.
在深化民主、自由、人权方面，能够有更多的合作，特别是产业，或是经贸，甚至于教育、文化、科技等等，其实我们都可以进行实质的交流。
And Taiwan intends to further expand these exchanges for the wider international community to see what it has to offer. China has been trying to win over Taiwan's remaining allies with big investments and access to its huge market. But this has not deterred the small island nation from showing it remains committed to the friends who stay. And for those in Paraguay, that commitment is making a difference. Scott Huang and Sally Jensen for TaiwanPlus.
Thursday was World Alzheimer's Day, which raises awareness of the challenges and stigma around the disease that affects millions of people globally. In Taiwan, where the population is aging, over 300,000 people are now living with some form of dementia. Jeremy Olivier has this report.
85-year-old Yingzi was once the main cook in her family. But her ability to make their favorite dishes started to wane around 5 years ago. Her relatives noticed something was wrong.
孙子全部都觉得很奇怪，说：“阿嬷，你这绿豆汤怪怪的。”然后我们也就这样赶快喝一喝啊，果然是可能掺到盐吧，所以他那个时候可能糖跟盐已经搞不清楚了。
Yingzi's family took her to a doctor who diagnosed her with mild dementia. She recently began taking part in community learning courses, which have helped her condition remain stable. Cases like this are increasingly common in Taiwan, which is set to become a super-age society by 2025. The health ministry says over 300,000 people in Taiwan are living with dementia, with 1 in 13 people over the age of 65 experiencing some form of it. Health authorities say that aside from medical care, it's important that Taiwan's older residents maintain an active social life.
如果能够让我们的这些的长者能够走出家里，到社区里面去，它可以降低他罹患失智的风险高达40%。
People with dementia are already covered by services under Taiwan's long-term care system. Local governments have also been promoting dementia-friendly communities, 160 of which have been set up nationwide. As Taiwan continues to grow older, it will need to keep developing and adjusting policies to better serve its aging population. Patrick Chen and Jeremy Olivier for TaiwanPlus.
2 concerts commemorating a century of Taiwanese movies are set to take place in Taipei. The shows are a tribute to the 60th Golden Horse Awards. 20 orchestras will take turns performing 60 songs from classic Taiwanese films, accompanied by movie clips. The concerts are free to attend and will also be live streamed online. Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Finally, we leave you with images of tapirs released into the wild in Nicaragua. I'm Ethan. Take care, and I'll see you next time.